Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the JY Toys JY004A aka Stunt Master. This is another inverted flying 3D quad, and this is probably one of the best next to the Blade Nano 3D or Nano QX 3D. Probably the best clone so far that I've found for inverted flying. Mainly because this is, really light frame, so it doesn't have as much problem with stability and recovering from flips. The 50-50, prop pitch, can keep up with the weight. It doesn't have as many problems as some of the heavier models. Plus, it comes with two canopies, one with this little surfing Spider-Man on it, or Spider-Man. It's not actually licensed or anything, so. But pretty cool. I mean, how could you hate a quad with a surfing Spider-Man on it? That's pretty neat. But it does come with just a normal canopy as well, like you see on the box there. So if you don't want to be, surfing Spider-Man, you don't have to. That, of course, creates problems with trying to land upside down or anything if you're flying inverted. But it looks pretty funny to fly around inverted with the Spider-Man upside down on it. The normal canopy, you can land upside down on it, but I mean, you land on the canopy. The prop guards don't really come up. Well, I guess maybe just slightly they do, but I still think you hit the canopy before you hit the prop guards. So it doesn't land upside down great. It kind of teeter-totters on the canopy. I wish they made the prop guards stand up a little bit more. But anyway, I think this is basically built on that CG023. So it does have little LEDs on the corners here, so they're not super bright, but you've got blue in the front and red in the back. So at least they're there, but they're not really super visible. The transmitter's pretty neat. It's like a little scaled down Xbox 360 style, so I've never quite seen one like that before. But it is thumb pads, but they've got enough height to them, and they rotate. They're like screwed into place, but they move. So when you're pinching, they kind of move with you. So that's kind of nice. It makes it a little bit easier to use them. So not horrible, not great, but at least it's kind of unique. You've got bumpers up here. The left bumper is your rates, and you've got 3 different rates and one decent yaw rate, not too fast, not too slow. I think it's pretty much about the same as the original CG023. And you've got headless mode and return to home, so you press up throttle trim to turn on headless mode, or down throttle trim, which you can remember is back towards you, is return to pilot. But that uses headless mode, so it's pretty unreliable, but it does have it. You can recalibrate it by holding both sticks down to the right, and that will recalibrate the accelerometer. And then I thought this was pretty cool with how they handle flipping. So the right bumper is your flip mode, and like I've said with 3D quads before, like if you flip inverted forward or backwards, all of a sudden your forward and backwards reverses, because your front now faces the opposite directions as it did before you flipped. But if you roll, now all your controls are the same. This does reverse controls when you flip. So how they've kind of handled that is if you press the right bumper and if you flip forward or backward, it actually does a full flip back to the same side that you're on. But if you roll left or right, it does a half flip into inverted. So I thought that was pretty cool. So however you go, you're never going to end up where you flip and your forward and backward reverses on you, because you can only roll into inverted, or you do a full flip right back to how you started if you go forward or backwards. So I thought that was pretty neat. Let's see. So the battery is just a tiny little 150 milliamp hour 1S LiPo. You've got a spare set of props and a USB charging cable. It takes about 30 minutes to charge. With Spider-Man on it here, you get about 4.5 minute flights, and with the regular canopy, you get about 4 minutes. Or sorry, backwards. That's 4 minutes and 15 seconds with Spider-Man, 4.5 minutes with the normal one, and then there's about a 15-second LVC warning beyond that, so a little bit of a warning that you're going to run out of battery, but not a huge long warning. Let's see if there's anything else to say about this one. No, that looks like that's about it. So let's go take it for a flight. I'll fly it with Spider-Man on just because I think that's pretty cool looking. So let's go check it out. Alright, this is the flight review of the JY004A Stunt Master 3D inverted flying quad with the Spider-Man canopy and a little miniature Xbox 360 style transmitter. Go ahead and take her for a spin. This is one of the better flying inverted quads just because it's so light. It can, you know, it's much more stable. The props work better without all the weight to support. So the yaw rate doesn't change. That's pretty good, stable pirouette there. Staying right in position. So there's our high rate pitch. So not a speed demon, but you know, that's not what this one's meant for. Put her in medium rates, and now let's do some inverted. And the controls do reverse, so when you're inverted you can fly just like you would normally. Prop guards work quite well there, as you saw. It's kind of funny when Spider-Man's surfing upside down like that. And the flipping to invert is really nice and quick and smooth. Oh yeah, if you flip forward or backwards, it does a full flip, so you don't have to worry about getting confused with the forward changing, you know, towards you. So if you flip forward or backwards, you do full flips. Left and right, you do inverted flips. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, she flies nice, even in inverted. It doesn't sound like the motors are working any harder than flying normally. The transmitter sometimes just randomly beeps for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I'd say this is one of my favorite, you know, other than the actual original Nano QX 3D, you know, of all the clones that it has spawned since then, this is definitely one of the better. Just because it's so light, I think, is really the key. Some of those bigger, heavier ones, the props just don't have enough lift when they're made to work equally, you know, upside down or right side up. They just don't create enough lift, and then you get stability problems and just not enough power. So these light ones are really the key for 3D inverted. That looks pretty cool, a Spider-Man surfing in a tight bank turn like that. That looks pretty cool. High rates now. And this does have LEDs on it, just like the you know, the JY004A or whatever, but they're like right up there, you know, on the board in the arms, so it's not really a night flyer by any means. Alright, well, I think that was all there is to show with that one, so go ahead and take her in for a landing. Smooth and steady. There we go. Good job, Spider-Man. Alright, well, there we go. That's the JY004A 3D inverted flying quad Stunt Master. That's pretty cool. I like this one. It's definitely one of the better ones so far. Alright, well, check the video description for price and purchase link. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.